What's up guys, my name is Vladimir and welcome back to my channel. Guys, recently I did a video where I was trying to do different English accents. It didn't go that well. Like I'm just saying, where's the butter? I'm basically saying English with a Russian accent, trying to do Australian accent. In that video I also said that I'm obsessed with different English accents and languages overall. And today I want to check out the video where people from 50 different states talk in their own accents. It's always has been fascinating to me that different state has its own different accents. It just blows my mind. I hope this video will be interesting. I know that I'm gonna enjoy it immensely and I hope you're gonna enjoy. Maybe we're gonna learn something new together. And guys, and also in one of the videos I mentioned that I'm trying to lose my accent and people got offended, people started commenting. For me, having an accent, maybe it's a little bit different than for you because English is not my first language and I couldn't care less how I speak in English as long as people understand me. I don't forget my languages. I don't forget Ukrainian or Russian language, but when I speak in English, I don't care if I have an accent or not, as long as people understand me. So yeah, let's just begin.
I never thought I had an accent, but everyone else told me I did, so I never really understood my accent. But we say Sodapop, and that was weird, I guess.
Sodapop? For me, accents if you pronounce different sounds differently. But if you say instead of pop or instead of soda, soda pop, is it even an accent? It's not an accent. It's like a dialect, right?
The great thing about Oklahoma is it's really this confluence of a whole bunch of different parts of the country. So the northern part of the state is really like the plains, so people kind of have that flat Iowa accent.
People always know I'm from the Midwest when I say bagel.
But if you get down south to the Little Dixie portion, it has a much more of a southern drawl.
Elongating those vowels a little bit.
Oh, they show in these states, but I wish they showed where they on the map. I know a little bit, but when they just put a state, I have no idea where the states are for the most part.
Saying y'all every sentence.
How y'all doing today?
Y'all want to go to Waffle House? Come on over, we'll go to Waffle House.
It's just like real round in your mouth and you're just like, hey y'all, how we doing tonight? Are you guys gonna go down to the game this weekend?
Oh my god, that's so annoying. I'm sorry. Hey guys, are we going to the game today?
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
Joshua's doing real great this year.
Everybody talks really slow, especially compared to New Yorkers.
Most New Yorkers are loud. You gotta fit your way into a conversation most oftentimes when you're in New York.
Vermont's accent is very unique and it's hard to slip into unless you're talking to another person who grew up farming. But the phrase that I can say in my accent is always, oh sure bud.
Isn't Canadian? Oh sure, but.
Oh sure.
People from California kind of have they say
Colorado.
Well, I guess I'm from California.
It doesn't really have a typical accent. Lots of people say that it has no accent, but you'll definitely get called out if you say.
I like the state is just, what is the shape? A rectangle?
Colorado.
Colorado.
So I've been told from people in New York that my state has an accent. Some people go Chicago.
Chicago.
I don't think we do.
There's parts that I can hear a little bit of a twang and kind of sound like this.
Some people in New Mexico have accents, depending on what part of the state you're from. People in the South tend to sound a little bit more like they could be from Texas.
Really wide syllables, really kind of drawn out phrases.
It's a little...
I tried to do a southern accent in this video, so if you want to check out, it was very fun. And I think I didn't do a good job, but it was fun.
Sing-songy, like a little bit Valley Girl almost. I'm from New Mexico and I love eating burritos.
I'm from New Mexico and kind of love eating burritos.
You wanna go skiing up on mountain?
Pass me those taters.
I don't know, there's cowboys, there's horses. I don't know, because I don't feel like I have an accent.
I went home.
It's like every person, obviously like every person who grew up with knowing English, they don't think they have an accent, right? For them, it's not an accent, it's just the way they speak. For example, for me, because English wasn't my first language, when I listen to myself, I can hear that I have an accent, right? Even if it's I know guys, it's not very thick, It's not like when I make fun in my other videos, like, if you don't subscribe to my channel, I'm going to find you, right? It's not like that, and it hasn't been like that ever, right? And for me, it's not part of my identity. My language is part of my identity, but not an accent. In opposite to people who grew up speaking English.
A couple of years ago, I was watching home videos of my sister and I, and we had to like do a weather forecast as like little kids, and we'd be like, there's a big hurricane coming from the left coast, but don't worry because we don't know that it's coming. And people would be like, what are you saying?
I can put on the,
I don't know, it was kind of clear.
gotta park the car and hop the yard and give the guy a quarter for some.
What?
I can put on the, you gotta park the car and hop the yard and give the guy a quarter for some chowder. That's a standard Boston accent.
That's what I came here to this video. That's good.
Right there.
Any ER would have an AH at the end.
It's kind of like
Wait,
Boston,
okay.
but cooler
Maine.
and a bit more drunk. Like, we gotta go up to Baja, but I get some lobster supper.
Isn't Stephen King from Maine? Most of his books take place in Maine.
My mom has this kind of strange half French Canadian, half Boston accent that
Again, I wish I knew where these states are.
sounds like peanut characters. Womp womp.
Oh, if you're from North Dakota, you've got some
Oh.
long O's. Oh yeah, you betcha.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
Yeah, hang on to your R's a little too.
It gets a little bit thicker the older you are. Your grandma sounds a little bit like this. Your mom might be a little bit softer.
I'm from Wisconsin. Go Pack Go. It kind of gets like up here.
Go, go pack, go.
Pack. I say
Bag.
bag. I have some eggs and a bag.
I love that.
The best example of a
Oh, yeah.
Wyoming accent I feel like I've ever seen was in Brokeback Mountain. One curve in the road and they missed it.
One curve in the road and they missed it. For me, it sounds like she just dropped her voice and that's it. I don't hear an accent at all.
So if you live in Washington State, no one ever says they have an accent. They all think
Well,
they
obviously.
speak pretty normal, which is kind of true.
This is for all the states, like what do you mean? If you grew up with people around surrounded speaking in one particular way, it's not an accent for you, but for other people it's an accent. That's I think it's like definition. Why do people even say that?
Just kind of middle of the road.
That's the thing with me. In Ukraine, I didn't grow up speaking English and I wasn't surrounded by people who speak English, right?
Sort of like Delaware itself.
But they also kind of have like a country hit kind of thing to them. So they'll say like, Worshington, like I'm gonna wash my hands. And you're like, Worsh? What kind of word
Worsh?
is that?
We pronounce our T's as D, so we say like Connecticut instead of Connecticut.
I feel like Michigan's typical accent is very nasally. Hi.
Hi.
That type of.
Hi, my name is Vladimir. I'm trying to speak in Michigan accent.
So if I'm from like Northside Kauai, I'm going to sound something like this.
People say that us Marylanders have accents, but I don't think we have an accent.
Idaho doesn't have a...
I mean, stop it. Stop saying you don't have an accent. Every way of speaking is an accent. There is no one particular... Even when actors from Britain choose to speak in English, they, for the most part, they speak general American, but it's also considered to be an accent, right?
really distinct accent.
There's no accent in Indiana.
I'm gonna lose it.
This might be very biased, but I really don't think we have an accent.
Oh my god.
I don't hear it, but I get reminded of it when I travel.
I mean, I think this is normal.
It's a perfect neutral Pacific Northwest tone. Sarah Palin does not have a typical Alaska accent. She's not really from there. She grew up in, I don't know, Kansas or something.
My husband laughs at me because I say wolf instead of wolf.
Our accents are all over the place. St. Louis accent where we say certain things like quarters and water.
Where I'm from, they like to say
Quarters and water. You mean she says D? She puts D in the middle? Water.
Hena or Mayan. That shirt over there is Mayan.
Okay, that's funny.
That shirt over there is Mayan. From Philly, they like to say wooder and use
Wooder?
guys. But in Pittsburgh, instead of use guys, they say yins. What are
What?
yins doing?
Yins? That's not an accent, that's a dialect, right? In my opinion, there are like dialects and accents. I know what she's talking about.
North Carolina it's an interesting accent. It's just got a little bit of a drawl.
It's a little lazier.
Oh my god, this transition. I loved it.
Very slow pace, very good, very nice.
There's Charleston, South Carolina, which is more like this. It's more smooth. It might have a daughter named Darcy.
And then you got the real squealy southern accent. And then you just got the very just, hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
God bless. You have a good day now.
Guys, I hope you understand that it's all jokes for me and I'm not trying to offend anyone. And if you have an accent and you think that it's your way of speaking, it's your identity, I understand you. But for me, it's basically like educational, and I love hearing different types of accents. And it's always has been fascinating for me how people talk differently. And also, I can't talk without an accent, let's say, but I love how Americans from like Middle West or Middle States, they can turn it off. For me, it's like, it's impossible. And also I love reading comment section where people talk about my accent and how it's a part of my identity and I shouldn't lose it. I mean, guys, who cares? And yeah, if you like the video, click the like button and it'll help my channel. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Пока-пока.